Good morning, listener. This is Josh Widdicombe on XFM. Welcome to Sunday morning. We're still here, we're still going, we're still doing the same stuff. We haven't got any new ideas. We've got Call My Josh. Ivo Graham will be back with a story from Upper Class Life, I imagine. And of course, we have producer Neil.
Good morning, Josh.
Now, it's not for me to give you tips.
But please do.
But, did you hear I started Good Morning Listener?
Yep.
This was a tip I got off Adam Hills, who was a big wheel on Australian radio, and as we all know, that's the worst of all the radios. He worked with the king of Australian radio, whose name escapes me, Lou Carpenter, maybe. And he said, Adam was like, "Oh, I like that joke you do where you just refer to it as one listener, as if there's no listeners." The guy said, "No, because people are listening to the radio on their own. We are targeting them one by one."
Well, it's a very soul experience.
It is.
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
It is time for Unfinished Business on the Josh Widdicombe Show. That's how we start, really, isn't it?
Always.
Always, producer Neil. That was all twins. What is this thing with the V's in bands?
I don't know. So there's obviously
Chvrches, all twins.
All V's.
And all V's. The big three. My favourite, I won't say. Now, you should never pick a favourite child. Or Unfinished Business, people just, people who are late to the party last week and want to tell us, or just really write in with anything you want. Hi, Josh. I recently discovered your podcast, and as I drive a lot for work, I've been working my way through the archives. I am very pregnant. I am concerned that my baby will recognise and respond to your voice more than that of its father. Not as concerned as I am. If necessary, would you be able to record yourself singing nursery rhymes, reading fairy tales, etc.? No. Of course not.
Do you have a favourite nursery rhyme?
No.
Fairy tale?
Fairy tale. Rapunzel. Not an idiot. And ends with someone falling into a bush and being blinded.
Oh, spoilers?
Spoilers? Oh yeah, I hope the unborn fetus has not heard that. And in 7 years' time, when Heather Morrison is reading Rapunzel, because I won't be reading it, when Heather Morrison is reading Rapunzel to the unborn fetus, the fetus will go halfway through, I know what's going to happen here. Anyway, Heather continues, I fear that my child will not be able to settle without hearing your dulcet tones, so such auditory aids could come in very handy. Many thanks, Heather Morrison. I suppose she's going to have to discuss the fees with my agent. Do you worry about that with Anouk?
My daughter...
What radio station does Anouk listen to the most?
I'm a company man, we've discussed this. So when we're in the car, she likes XFM on, genuinely.
Have you got digital in the car?
Yeah, I've got a DAB radio in the car.
Have you?
I'm just a fan of audio, mate.
Do you know, I used to think that my parents had a digital radio in the car, but they just had one of those ones with a digital display system. I just presumed that's what a digital radio was.
My friend's dad claimed when we were growing up that he had a voice-activated radio.
Yeah.
But it would only work in terms of saying next or louder or quieter.
Yeah.
And we believed him because we were sitting in the back, so he'd go louder, but he'd press the increase volume button on the steering wheel.
Ah, brilliant work.
It was like it was magic.
Excellent fathering. If you've got any unfinished business, anything you want to write about from the show, josh@xfm.co.uk.
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
The Bushwhackers,
Yeah.
Typhoon and Earthquake.
What?
The Hart Brothers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm naming...
We're no longer a team.
I'm naming tag teams.
We're no longer a team.
Tag teams from WWE.
WWE is not a sport. It's absurd. And anyone that's into it needs to have a long, hard look in the mirror.
I'm not. I was referencing...
Before it's smashed over their head in a comical manner, I imagine.
Fine.
Do you like WWE?
No, I was referencing 90s tag team partners from WWF, because that was the era I kind of started to... Well, I did watch it.
The only good tag team in the 90s was, in Funhouse when you had to high-five while you passed on the go-kart. That's a fact. Now, we're on the subject of WWE, bad entertainment, or have you had any bad entertainment? Parties with bad entertainers. Never done a party myself, so I'm in the clear. I went, it was my friend's wedding about a year ago, and the DJ simply would not accept requests. To the point where the groom had to go over and have a strong word with him that he hadn't taken on any of their playlist and was just playing what he wanted. Then, the song that the father of the bride wanted, I had to buy it on iTunes, take it over to him and go, play this. Totally unacceptable now.
What song was it?
Ah, I can't remember. It's something by Wings.
Okay.
It was a lovely, lovely wedding, and it actually was solved, but there was about an hour where the DJ had just gone rogue. He wasn't listening. He was going, I'm the DJ, I know. Which is, you know, I mean, we all know what that power's like. Did you have a DJ at your wedding?
We did have a DJ at our wedding, actually. Yeah. And he was so loud that there was safety monitors for the venue, because they have to do for health and safety. It kept cutting out. It was quite boring.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did on my after party for my DVD. The DJ was so loud, I just had to go up and say, could you turn it down a bit? Some of us are trying to talk.
Could you be background, please?
Yeah, it was quite the after party.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Producer Neil,
Yes, Josh Widdicombe.
we should be taking interaction from the listeners, but I've got some more bad entertainer stories for you.
From the listener.
From the listener, sorry. If you haven't listened in earlier, that's us being personal, not us being defeatist. That's our new slogan. The Josh Widdicombe Show, personal, not defeatist. Now, bad entertainers at parties. What are your feelings on magicians?
Like them.
Me too. Love magic.
Mm-hmm.
I had a magician the other day, but I was at a charity thing, and he was 15, and he was very good. But there was one trick where I could clearly... There was one of his 3 tricks where I could clearly see how he was doing it. Would you have said something?
No.
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 But he like got a piece of cotton out of his sleeve, and I was about to go, oh, what are you going to use the cotton for? And then I realised I wasn't meant to see the cotton. I thought he was going to get me to tie the cotton in a knot or something, but he was just hiding the cotton. So I played along, ruffled his hair, gave him a shilling, and we all moved on.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
Was the verve the drugs don't work on XFM. This is Josh Widdicombe. Ivo Graham,
Hello.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No worries.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter and all that shenanigans. Now let's cut to the chase.
Yes.
What's wrong with your trousers? I realise this is bad radio, but your trousers are at least an inch above your shoes.
Yep. Well, I've got to be smart for I'm going to church later in the day, and yes, they are quite an old pair of suit trousers because I don't have to dress up too often.
Have you grown?
No, I've got fatter. Oh, my
You've got fatter what?
My hips have become more sort of childbearing, and I think I'm now pretty much ready, and so I have to wear the trousers quite high because I can't pull them down sort of over these enormous hips o' mine.
Right.
So that's why they're...
I mean, I said this when you came in, but I sound like, if you're trying to picture them at home, you know, like a sailor's trousers.
like I'm the first mate. I'm
Yeah.
your first mate.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, you must have had entertainers at your parties when you were growing up.
No, didn't have parties.
Neither did I.
No, what, as in hosting your own parties?
No.
No,
Or did you ever go to a party with bad entertainers?
Not really. I don't think. Sort of quite weird speeches occasionally, or sort of one person had a snake.
What?
Yes, had like
What?
a person just walked around with a snake. But
What, one of the guests? Or
No.
they've been employed?
yeah, they'd been employed. Bring your snake along, would you? For 50 quid.
That's good though, because you can get a snake and then you can kind of cover the cost of having a snake by taking it to the odd soiree.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that'd be great. Although the 6 days a week you weren't taking a snake out, I think it'd be a real pain. If you brought a date home and she saw this enormous. I'm trying to think. I can't think of a type of snake, but lurking. in the
Boa
corner of your-
constrictor.
Well, that's the only one I thought of, and I thought that's unlikely.
Yeah, what kind of snake was it?
Well, it's smaller than that, like I don't know, a grass snake or something.
It wasn't one of the ones that...
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
What is that?
That's a cobra
Okay.
with the flat bit.
No, there were.
Hood.
The hood.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate snakes. Horrible.
No.
Why would you go to that party? I'd leave.
Well, I didn't know. It wasn't on the invite.
Would you have gone?
I
think-
like snakes.
You like snakes?
Oh, you'd have been in your element, Neil.
Yeah, snakes and tarantulas and stuff like that.
Ah, you weirdo. Why?
Tarantulas.
Yeah, I have I never mentioned I ate a tarantula?
What? Then you don't like tarantulas?
Well, no, I do. I love them.
He loves
They're
them so much
delicious.
he wants to sort of become at one with them.
It was very dry.
Were you on Bear Grylls' Mission Survive? That's what they had to
The
do.
island. Were you on the island?
No, it was a weird thing whereby it was another radio station, but there was a feature where
Can you eat a tarantula? Tarantula, even.
no, it was basically send something in and Neil will eat it.
I smell a scam. Unless there's a webcam involved, you're just biting on a crunchy crunch. Ooh, those tarantula tentacles are
No,
rare.
it was filmed.
And you'll eat anything that people send in?
What was the worst thing you had to eat?
It was either dog food or a 12-egg omelette in the length of a Snow Patrol song.
Oh, God, because we know your views on Snow Patrol. Right, this is Catfish and the Bottleman on XFM.
Josh Widdicombe.
Catfish and the Bottleman, Homesick on XFM. Now, we're not just talking about one topic today, are we, Neil?
We're not.
On the Josh Widdicombe show, we do too. But we've
Min.
decided to hold one back. You what?
I said minimum.
Minimum.
I've
Yeah.
seen as many as 4 topics on this show in the past.
I know.
Spinning plates.
None of them of any importance. We've touched on this before, but we feel we should touch on it again, partly because we were going to touch on it previously, but due to a booking mix-up, Joel Dommett didn't realise he was on the show. So Joel Dommett, the comedian, was in a band when he was a kid. Were you in any bedroom bands, Ivo?
No, I've got no musical talent at all.
Why
But I
not?
spent a lot of time admiring my father's bands. My father's a bit of a I think genius is a bit strong. Maverick's strong. Competent is been touch and go.
What does he play?
All of them. Guitar, bass, and drums, and occasionally sings. Although he says he's not proud of the ones he sings on. But he had bands quite a lot through my sort of childhood, with other sort of sort of middle-aged men going through various sort of situations, and they were quite good. But then when I was at university, he got some of my friends from uni to come and play. Because like there was he needed a female singer, for some tracks that they were recording, and we had my friend Sophie around. She said that she could sing. He said, "Oh, would you like to come and record some songs with my band?" And then at weekends when I was just still at university, she'd be going to my home to record with the band.
So she became part of your dad's band?
She became part of my dad's band.
God,
yeah.
that's the least cool thing I've ever heard.
No.
All right. Would you like to hear? That's the least cool thing I've ever heard. This Phil V or Phil 5, difficult to tell. One of my friends was in a band called Stoker, spelt like Bram Stoker.
Yes.
They never played a gig, but inexplicably they had 3 American fans.
Oh wow.
This was in 1998, open brackets, pre-broadband, close brackets. And we lived in a little village outside Nottingham, so it was pretty random. That's the MySpace thing, is it? Did you have MySpace?
Pre-MySpace, because that's why he said. That's why he said pre-broadband.
I think there's probably an American band called Stoker.
Yeah, I think Phil. I mean, good luck monetising that situation, Phil 5.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
New music from Mumford & Sons. Believe they've really reimagined that Cher song, haven't they? They got rid of all that vocal stuff that she used to do as well.
I think it's great.
Do you? I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying, do you prefer the Mumford & Sons or the Cher version of Believe?
I don't know the Cher version.
What?
No.
Ivo? Ivo Graham? The Cher version. Do you believe in life?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, there we go. I'm on board.
You forced me to sing. This is Call My Josh. Each week, you have to answer true or false on five things. What topic are you hoping comes up this week?
I don't know. Early peep show.
Tweets by celebrities.
Oh, brilliant. That's better than it.
These are real or false. Number 1. Did Louis Boamorte, at Louis Boamorte 11, tweet, "I'm sorry, but the killers are a poor man's bravery. # honest mistake"?
He didn't tweet that.
Why do you not think that?
I think us bravery loyalists like to keep our sort of views hush-hush. And I think Louis would be going against the...
You don't think Louis Boamorte is a fan of... Wait, you're right.
He's good. But I love an honest mistake by the bravery. I think it's great.
Emma Ledden. If you're not aware of Emma Ledden, she presented Live and Kicking
Right.
in the late 90s. Did she tweet, at Emma Ledden, wise words with a picture of the words, "Not my circus, not my monkeys," Polish proverb?
I don't know how to approach that, really.
Do you think they're wise words?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be saying it later. Yeah, why not? I think she did tweet that.
It's correct. 2 out of 2. Did Tim Henman,
Brilliant.
who is at Tiger Tim, tweet, "Come on, Tim!" ! Hashtag nostalgia.
No, I'm going to...
What do you think, Ivo?
I've said in the past on Call Me Josh that I want to go for things as being false because they'll make me too sad if they're true. That, above all else, is the case here. That is false.
The date he tweeted it was the day of Andy Murray's Wimbledon final as well.
Oh, no, he didn't do that.
No, it was false.
God for that.
3 out of 3. Did Maura Stewart, at Maura Stewart, tweet Fiona Bruce?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think she's too techno-literate.
Incorrect. Just to fill you in, Maura Stewart's Twitter account had, she's since deleted it, 2 tweets, both on the first day. First one said, "I don't know how to use Twitter." And the second one said Fiona Bruce.
Amazing. You see, Nick Hewer from Countdown once tweeted just Rachel.
Oh, that is mortifying.
Wonderful.
You on 3 out of 4.
Okay.
Did Nicholas Lyndhurst, at Rodney Trotz, tweet, "War solves nothing. Hashtag Iraq. Hashtag goodnight sweetheart. Hashtag I should know."
I think he did tweet that. I don't know why, but I think he did.
You think Nicholas Lyndhurst
Yeah.
sent the anti-Iraq tweet, "War solves nothing. Hashtag Iraq. Hashtag goodnight sweetheart. Hashtag I should know"?
Yeah, but I think he should know and does know.
He doesn't know. He didn't tweet it. A measly 3 out of 5.
Where did that come from? What on earth possessed you to make that one up?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. I'm fascinated.
Well, I thought Nicholas Lyndhurst, quite a
Yep.
likely person.
Funny celebrity. What's a funny issue? Iraq, classic.
No, but I thought, imagine someone doing kind of politicised tweet.
No, you're absolutely right. It was a
And then I
great
thought,
question.
Goodnight Sweetheart was set during the war. He might be anti-war.
God, when I was on 3 out of 3,
I would describe that as a Newcastle 1996 of a performance.
Josh Widdicombe. Podcast XFM.
Arcade Fire on XFM. Fan of Arcade Fire, Ivo Graham?
I love Arcade Fire.
We're big fans of Arcade Fire on the Josh Widdicombe Show.
I've seen them more times live than any other band apart from We Are Scientists.
Wow.
I'll tell you my We Are Scientists stories another week. That's
the kind of thing we leave in. No, let's have it now.
I've seen them 7 times in 4 different countries.
What?
Because I was
The average indie band We Are Scientists.
but they weren't average back in 2007. They were the future of everything that was good.
So 7 times in 4 different countries?
Well,
it'd be far more exciting if you'd seen them 4 times, but in 7 different countries.
And you don't think I wasn't aware of that at the time. Although that's impossible unless the concert was a travelling concert. They were playing on the back of a van which crossed borders. I'd love to organise that. But they
could be like Phil Collins when he during Band Aid.
What did he do?
He was the only person who played both Band-Aids, didn't he? He opened Band-Aid in London and then flew by private jet to Philadelphia so that he could drum for Led Zeppelin. A job that he did so badly that Led Zeppelin have refused that the footage can ever be released.
Have they?
It's the only footage that's not on the Band-Aid DVD box sets, as far as I'm aware.
Goodness me.
Wow.
That's really great.
And we'll come back to obviously this isn't about Phil Collins, but I watched a documentary on Genesis and I was disappointed to see that he came out of it very well because I've always thought I wouldn't like him. And I was like, oh God, he seemed like a nice guy.
Maybe he is a nice guy.
Well, he did dump his wife via fax.
He dumped his wife by fax?
He dumped his wife by fax, yeah. Last year as well.
Wow.
No, it wasn't. It was in the 80s.
Now, if you want to do it now, you'd have to buy a fax machine in advance. That's how you know your relationship was on the rocks. Your husband sort of unexpectedly installs a fax machine in the house. Just check that about 10 a.m. tomorrow, if you...
But at least that meant he did it... Do you reckon he did it in handwriting by fax, or do you reckon he typed? What would you write? Because the amazing thing is the thought that she was by the fax machine and it was slowly printing out, so she was reading it as it went.
Oh no! What, saying like you?
Or does it print out? It might even print out backwards. So she might have started at the bottom. It might have been like Memento.
Why is he sending me an autograph?
Oh, it says,
Why is he sending me an autograph? Yeah, best wishes, Phil Collins. Thanks, Phil.
You, and then leaving. Who's leaving me? Not.
Yeah, I'm leaving you. Who's it going to be? That would be the worst way to be dumped. Or by text, but there's some text missing. Doesn't happen anymore, does it? But
No.
I wouldn't want to be dumped. How would you like to be dumped, Ivo?
I don't know, when I was asleep.
You'd like to be dumped in your sleep?
Yeah, like, you know that episode of Friends where Chandler gets sleep hypnotherapy to stop him smoking? So it just says, you know, you don't have to smoke over and over again. I just, like, while I was asleep, get a tape, like a sort of hypnotherapy tape, saying that I was dumped, but it was all going to be fine. And I just wake up and get on with my life. It'd make it so much easier. Yeah, and if you're listening, Carrie, that is the only thing that I will insist on.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.